Welcome back, everyone, to the Frogs of Calamitous Intent. And who wants Thai food? Yes, today I believe we're going to see more of Anne's home life. Now that she's back home with her folks, she's probably going to be expected to help out in the restaurant again, assuming that she's not going back to school. We're still not certain about all that quite yet. It should be interesting to see how her family's restaurant runs, because as we saw in the previous episode, we know that she definitely knows what it takes to run a restaurant. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes about. But we'll find that out today in today's episode.
Thai Feud and Adventures in Catsitting.
I guess we're also going to see the frogs babysit Domino. We all know what happened with Domino 2, so I guess we're going to see how destructive the original Domino is. Especially since, you know, you're going to have frogs watching over a cat. And if memory serves me right, cats tend to hunt frogs. Or at least if my friend's cat is any indication.
I mean, basically, if it's anything small enough.
Yeah, cats will kill anything.
Mm.
That's just how a cat do. So let's get started. Let's see what happens in Adventures of Catsitting. And play. I heard they edited out Marcy in the opening title, and now she's replaced with Domino. So I guess she's a cat now.
These are excellent, Mrs. Boonjoy.
Oh.
Thank you for the delicious food.
Is that a Pikachu?
Got any hot sauce?
Sure.
Don't worry, Mrs. P. I got it.
Dude, you were being way rude. Ah. Ah.
Sprig, can we chat?
Silly Hot Pop. We're not guests. We're family.
We're not. Just because Anne is a planter doesn't automatically make you a Boonjoy.
Doesn't it, though? I
No.
mean, the math checks out. You're not part of Anne's family.
Oh, Anne? Is that true?
Don't worry about it, man. Being family just means chores, responsibilities, and getting yelled at when you mess up.
I, for one, like being waited on hand and foot. And as you know, I have feet now.
We get it. You
I
walk.
just always wanted a bigger family. So, are we watching Starsgate or Quantum Hop?
Quantum hop.
I guess they're hoping to make the next leap.
Yeah. Scott Bakula will be proud.
Don't worry about it, Pink Frog. You're our guest. Why don't you sit in the corner with a Thai iced tea?
I hate being a
Ooh, that looks
guest.
good.
Want to be family.
Lychees. Love lychees. They're delicious.
Anne, whoa! I thought you were dead.
Check it out, Sprig.
Yours are my device. I'm really
She's been
desperate.
around for years.
So, Sprig gonna kill him?
Customer anymore, Anne.
Wait, what?
I bought a food truck. I want to bring your mom's amazing cooking to all of LA. She puts the
I know where this is
power
headed.
back out.
Oh, neat. You guys are in business together?
Well, no, not yet.
I already
Figures.
told you. We're just not interested in a food truck.
And if we partnered up,
Is that
we could make
Newman?
so much money together. Share some
Newman.
of your recipes with me.
Absolutely not.
When you change your mind, you know where to find me.
Figures another white person tries to culturally appropriate
He's literally
Asian
parked right
food.
outside the restaurant. That can't be good.
It's not. Customers are very confused right now.
Huh?
You can sue for that. He is stealing your logo.
What do I do?
Dude, it is not that hard.
Ned just doesn't realize he's hurting the business. It's been weeks, and he still hasn't budged.
Why, if someone were to solve it, your mom might consider him the son she never had.
Sprig, stay out of this.
Okay,
Please.
Sheesh. It was just a thought.
Ow.
Here you go.
Yeah.
That is the right way to eat noodles.
Ah, hey kid, what'll it be?
Oh my frog! This food! It's turned to be pink!
Hey, I wouldn't mind being pink.
Okay.
Maybe it'll help me with my next Star Trip audition. Excuse me, I'll have
oh.
whatever he had.
Ah,
So that's
he's
Frank's
on
pants
the
on
wall.
Yeah.
Dude, use a fork.
You can't call people morons on the radio.
More runs! Whoa!
While you're in there, could you grab those recipes?
Wow, you're an ass.
Wait, why'd she yell at you for something I did?
She's not about to yell at a guest, Sprig. She only yells at family.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for rubbing it in.
Just knock it off, okay?
Knock it off or knock it on?
I heard that.
No, you didn't.
He's listening to a remix of the theme song.
Gonna get ahead, baby.
Can I just say I really love the animation in this?
Yeah. Like you didn't choke on that. Oh no! Grand Theft Frog.
Boom Joy and 3, 1.
Sprig, what
Grand
are you
Theft
doing?
Food Truck.
Squirming my way into your mom's heart by making this food truck disappear. Not on my watch.
Doesn't sound dastardly or anything.
But your note said.
Note? What note? Wait, Mrs. B? Pink Frog!
Okay, I've never driven a car, but I have driven Bessie and played 900 hours of Super Wild Cards.
You know where the brake pedal is, right?
Brakes! The brakes aren't working!
Oh!
Dad?
Homer, I owe you one emergency donut. Sign Homer, bastard.
Oh, it's one step ahead. Oh no. Oh, thank God.
Damn blue tortoise shell!
Borrowed your TV. Just be careful. This thing is like a son to me.
Why would you pass it across balconies? You were asking for it.
Use that top and help me make a hard left.
Ouch. But... Oh God.
I don't get this new Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Physics, how do they work?
I don't believe it. We did it!
I don't believe this.
Me either. You sent your daughter to destroy my truck? What are you people insane?
I just wanted to be a part of the family. But I should have respected your boundaries instead of pestering you into something you didn't want.
It's okay, Pink Frog. I mean, Sprig. I know how much you mean to my daughter, and how much she means to you.
I feel like an outsider too. I love your restaurant so
Go
much.
away, asshole.
I'm done trying to get your recipes. I just realized this is a gross appropriation of your culture.
Exactly.
I myself out.
Thank you.
We could use some help with deliveries.
Deliver?
Fair
Okay.
enough.
I mean, it wouldn't pay much, but you will be part of the restaurant.
Yes, I'd love to.
Okay, so that's a decent
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't try to steal the recipes by working there.
Well, I guess we're all done here.
Not so fast. If you think you're getting out of here without an earful, you've got another thing coming. Firstly, how dare you disobey me? Why are you smiling?
You're scolding me,
Aw.
which means...
Yep, you're failing now, bud.
Aw.
Already having second thoughts.
Right back to the show.
Aw, that's cute. I hate to say it, but that's probably the closest thing Sprig's ever had to a mom.
Yeah.
That's sad. I can see his mentality. You know, you hang out with people enough, you want to, like, be a part of their lives, even outside, even, like, intermingle with their family. But, yeah, you gotta know where to draw the line.
Yep.
I am glad that guy came to his own conclusion and realized what he was doing was messed up. I was almost, like, worried that he'd have to really, like, call him out on it. Holy shit, it's another fucking day, it's the best day ever again. Cause I'm a stupid fucking cat and I don't know shit, and I don't know what these guys said.
Not one article about interdimensional portals? There's absolutely nothing. What science do you even do?
Diarrhea cure.
We'll find a way back. Eventually.
Sign me the fuck up.
You don't have to do that. What's that high-pitched beeping? My canapes. You know the old saying, guests are like noxious swamp gas. After 3 days, they start to drive you crazy. You've already been here 2 days.
Hop up, we've been here for a whole week.
No, that means we're not just guests anymore. We're freeloaders. Just like Cousin Stanley.
Well, I'm sort of family now, so...
Who? He stayed forever.
Ate all our
His
snacks.
fucking hair. He's like Bob Ross hair.
Look that! I don't even think he was really our cousin.
We were hosts, so we had to be nice. We just resented him a little more each day. Thankfully, he eventually left peacefully on his own.
Did he?
Just kidding, we threw him out the window.
time for your dentist appointment.
My what?
You have been missing for 5 months, and I have a feeling you haven't been brushing.
Oh, but Mom.
I mean-
I'm supposed to take Domino to the vet today.
We'll take the cat to the vet.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. It's the least we can do to help.
If anyone suspects anything froggy about you, just say, boy, I could use some coffee. It's like code for I'm human. Thanks, guys.
Anything go wrong, just give me a call.
Does
Sweet.
he still have a flip phone?
Mom, please. My teeth only hurt a little bit.
Wow, our first solo Earth mission without Anne.
Don't break it, Polly.
Let's get that cat to the vet.
There's no possible way this could go wrong.
Looks easy enough.
I'm having Domino 2 flashbacks right about now.
Enough talk. Seize the beast.
Oh no! You touched its belly!
Well, we survived that. All we have to do is take this bus to
Too
the vet.
sus. Suspicion Island, too sus.
Just blend in and do whatever these people do.
Donut Dungeon?
Taking the bus. Done.
That wasn't that hard.
You know when to get off.
Oh!
Oh, don't touch that! Oh, you don't know where it's been.
Great tongue action.
Oh man, just let everyone on the bus? What do you have to say for yourself?
He's one of those people.
Boy, I could use some coffee.
Well, that went well.
How do you get maps on a flip phone?
I used to have one on my phone.
Yeah, those cranes are still nasty, no matter what size they are.
Buddy who wants a treat.
I'm surprised Domino didn't run out of there the moment you opened it. Stage complete.
Achievement! Oh lord. So many dogs. So many dogs. Snakes!
Hey.
Has anyone seen my snake poppet?
Oh my
That's a good boy.
No way. Our brethren.
god. Aw. Why is that not in a tank?
Domino, appointment for Domino?
That's us!
Oh, Domino looks healthy enough, little on edge. Do you three have any other questions for
Do
me?
you know anything about frog biology?
What do you want to know?
What would you say to an older frog who's complaining about back pain these days?
The frog complain?
Well, honestly, he holds it in and soldiers on. He's not like that.
Shut up, Pop. What we really want to know is, what's the highest a frog's ever jumped? And does it seem beatable?
Frogs are more known for the length of their jumps than the height.
Give me numbers, man.
Question. Can a frog grow multiple limbs? Could there be, hypothetically, an uber frog?
Do you have any medication that can make a frog look 40 years younger?
Do you have very interesting skin, sir. And is that a fake nose?
I could sure use some coffee. Come on, kid, let's get at it.
You forgot to pay.
Get back home.
Excuse me, have you seen my frog? We did it! We are freeloaders!
What is with these irresponsible pet owners? How are their animals escaping this easily?
Even Domino seems happy with us.
She feels so much lighter, too.
She's gone.
That is quite possibly the cleanest cat carrier I have ever
Ken's
seen.
gonna be devastated.
I thought those pellets were like
That is the last thing we should do. She couldn't have gotten far.
Domino!
Domino, where
you
are
underestimate a cat.
Exit.
Now this guy, you don't know the difference?
Everything's fine. Nobody panic. We still don't have to resort to calling Mr. Boonchoy.
Hello, Mr. Boonchoy?
Hello, Sprig? Something wrong?
Nothing's wrong.
I mean, that was a responsible thing to do.
Yeah.
He said Domino would be at the nearest shwarma restaurant. I guess it's her favorite food. He also
Shawarma.
said he was on his way to help find her.
We're gonna see
Before
the
you get
Avengers
there,
there?
It's the only way to salvage this. Polly, put that thing back.
This is frozen in a horrible smell.
Sherm
Bye,
shawarma.
my friend. Happy
Aw.
trails.
But he stole someone's pet.
Just look at that kid.
Aw.
I don't know where this kitty came from, but I am keeping her forever.
Ooh.
She's a shawarma-loving customer magnet.
He wouldn't think it was so cute if he knew where her mouth had been.
We got to get that cat at any cost.
All we need is a distraction.
Or for Mr. Boonchoy to show up and say, hey, that's his cat.
Kappa, think you can make a high-pitched siren-esque screech?
Oh
My
no.
time has come.
Oh, nuts! Everybody out! There's a fire!
But I'm still waiting for my order.
The shawarma split, but is it worth your life, Baron?
My name's Emily, but point taken.
Hop Hop used supersonic. It's super effective. Oh.
Hey, Domino!
Oh, can't resist.
Follow the bouncing Holly. Sonic, he can really move. Sonic.
Time to go, frogs. Come on.
Cheese it.
How you must resent us freeloaders.
What? Freeloaders? You three took my daughter into your home when she needed it most. You kept her fed and safe for 5 months just out of the kindness of your heart. You will never owe us anything. Ever.
Wow, I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Are you kidding? Thank you.
Mr. Boone Choi's the best.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Shut up, you don't know my life.
Everywhere.
Oh no.
8 cavities and a whole lot of cricket legs.
Cricket legs? Did you save us any?
Listen, Domino is not just a cat. She's the alpha and omega. She'll be gold.
Ooh, she tripping balls.
Well, what's that now?
You me next.
Hey, do you guys actually want to keep her occupied for a bit? Because that'd be super helpful. Thanks.
Okay, can you let go of my face?
Never. We are one.
We have become one. Oh, that's nice. Domino.
Thanks, Domino.
That's what I like to see, a cat look in its butthole. Domino starting an OnlyFans page.
I'm verklempt. Talk amongst yourselves like to be a topic. Duran is neither Duran nor Duran. Discuss.
That was a fun one.
Aw.
I liked it. And it's
My heart.
I know, it's surprisingly heartwarming.
Ah.
I can get what Pop was getting at, in terms of being considered a freeloader, because you always wonder, how long do you stay with a person before you start to feel like a burden? And of course, you want to do the polite thing, you want to help out, make yourself useful and stuff. But I do see Mr. Boone Choi's logic, though. It's like, they technically rescued Anne. She wouldn't be there if it wasn't for them. So, yeah, it's no wonder they're treating them like kings. The fact that they acknowledge that was just...
Oh, my heart.
All the feels.
Oh. Yeah, and then
Who's chopping onions in here?
Talk amongst yourselves, I'll give you a topic. Rhode Island is neither a road nor an island. Discuss.
That being said, though, I don't think that was a good idea for them to take Domino to the vet.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing if they were just watching Domino, which really is nothing considering cats are mostly independent and all you gotta do is make sure to feed them and clean their litter box. But for them to go to a vet, especially with other animals present, I expected that to end way worse, honestly.
I could sure use some coffee.
You and me. Also the fact that they were expected to take the bus and know how to get there and where to get off.
I was just so reminded of Webby.
Yeah, the first time she rode the bus. Don't touch anything, don't lick anything, don't talk to anybody.
Is that dog wearing a hat? Stop the bus! Stop the bus!
Oh god, when he licked it, I was like, oh god.
And then licked practically everybody on the bus, yeah.
Congratulations, you have all the AIDS.
Also, how did they get on without a bus pass?
He held it up, you couldn't see it because he was inflating his thing, but I thought he heard the beeping noise when he went.
Yeah, I heard the beeping. I don't know.
I was a little confused too, but I'm pretty certain he paid for it. It's how the hell else would they get on?
Yeah.
Interesting that Domino likes shawarma.
Yeah. It's meat.
Yeah, I don't mind shawarma. It's a bit on the spicier side, which I don't really care for, but I mean, it's good meat. It is a good business practice to have like a cat just scratching it, but on the other hand, I'm like, that seems kind of unsanitary.
Yeah, but on the other hand, mascot for the company.
Yeah. It's like Sprig said, though, it's like, you don't know where that mouth's been. Considering what we saw Domino do at the end. Such a cat. And poor Anne, with her many cavities. Honestly, I give them kudos. You never see that in, like, adventure, like, movies and stuff. They never address, when they come back, it's like, okay, so we should probably take you to the doctor to see how you're doing, or take you to the dentist to see how you're doing, because depending on where they go, how long they've been there, it's like, yeah, they probably neglect a lot of things. And yeah, the fact that, she hasn't probably brushed her teeth at all since she's been there, and sure enough had, like, 8 cavities, like, ouch. No wonder she was, like, swollen and she was goofing out on anesthesia.
That said, tooth maintenance is such a miserable experience.
Oh yeah, definitely, but it's manageable as long as you brush your teeth every day. But yeah, with her, it's like, how was she supposed to brush her teeth exactly? Technically speaking, frogs, newts, and toads don't have teeth. I mean, I know the frogs have, like, fangs, but I can't imagine they really use toothbrushes. And then the first one with the restaurant, like I said, I expected that to go in a horrible direction, especially with the guy culturally appropriating the food, or at least trying to. Yeah, I harken back to Steven Universe, that one conspiracy theorist guy, again, tried to culturally appropriate the culture of the gems, even though he had, like, absolutely no right to, and then got offended when they wouldn't let him join them and do certain things that are gem related. Like, that went a lot worse, because you could see the frustration, and it actually pushed the characters to a point where they, like, really called him out, and it was, like, really uncomfortable. But this, I'm glad they did a lot better. They actually showed him the error of his ways without really telling him. Like, he came to his own conclusion.
It was a very emotional time, and I think it brought clarity.
That's still a dick thing, though. If you're gonna set up a truck, why would you set it up directly in front of the restaurant and steal their business?
Not to mention doing the same exact logo and everything. I get that you're trying your best to work with them. At least go for a different name, different design, so that you're, not imposing yourself so much. I know how you desperately want to be in their good graces, but that's just not the way to do it. And like you said, they could seriously sue him, I think, just because they know they have a history of him being the best customer, and all those photos on there, they'd be, very hesitant, but I'm sure after a certain point.
It's like you said, they was confusing their customers, and again, stealing their money.
Yeah. At the very least, a cease and desist.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't call the guy malicious. It's not like he was purposely doing that to ruin them or anything for not giving them the recipes. He was just being really fucking stupid.
If anything, he was, attempting to bolster their business.
He was just doing it the
very wrong way, yes. Yeah. But, yeah, it's just like, dude, take the hint.
Freaking Sprig, man. He cannot take a hint.
I would have thought he'd get the picture being on the other side of it, especially after the ordeal he and Anne had over sharing his room.
Yeah, as they showed in that, just because you're best friends doesn't mean you're suited to live together in close quarters all the time. Again, it's the case in this. It's like, just because she was close with your family and basically part of it doesn't mean that you're going to be equally close with her family. All families have different dynamics, and some are more willing to accept outsiders than others, but again, everybody has their boundaries, and you got to respect that.
Yeah, and I've certainly seen instances of guests being as close as family, and, the parents and the rest of the family take to them pretty well. But then again, there's also the others who's like, they understand that this is your friend, but they'll have very, very little tolerance for them outside of that.
Yeah, it's honestly all about clash of personalities and everything. Like, you can't expect everybody to get along just because they have the one mutual person in common. Plus, in order to get that level of acceptance, it really has to be earned and not because you're forcing the issue. Like, I'm glad that the mom was at least willing to accept him a little bit more than she normally would, just because, again, he's Anne's friend. He did help rescue her. And he's trying to stay in their good graces, so she at least gave him a bit of leeway, and she told him off finally, which I think is what he really desperately needed.
I do find it interesting that both of these episodes had the same message, but from like a different point, where it's like Sprig not realizing his position and just acting like he's already family when he's not. And then Polly and Hop Pop knowing their place, but feeling like they're more freeloaders than they are actually part of the family. I do like how both, especially it's like both parents address this.
It's the flip side of
Yeah.
both. You have the one that's hesitant to accept them, but ultimately does because of how hard they're trying to fit in, and the other one who accepts them automatically, regardless of what it is they've done, especially because of what they did for Anne in the past.
Yes. Never underestimate the power of good deeds that you've done, especially when you're not even thinking about it. It's especially like when we saw like Falcon and Winter Soldier and how we're in trouble, you know, be willing to help us out, and that goes a long way.
I also think back to Cobra Kai, too, where the whole message of doing a good deed will get you good karma later down the line. Because in the second Karate Kid movie, he rescued a girl in Okinawa during a hurricane. You know, it's just him being good and everything. You don't really think anything of it because the girl's like, you know, a background character at most. But then in Cobra Kai, in one of the later seasons, when he goes back to Okinawa, at that point, Daniel's business is in danger of going under, you know, through other outside means. So he goes to Okinawa to get some clarity and see some people that, you know, he hadn't seen since the second Karate Kid movie. And he ends up running into that same girl that he rescued, who is now in a position of power. And she, out of everyone he went to, actually lent him the money to save his company because he saved her. So yeah, it's like they said, you do good deeds now, good deeds will eventually come back to you.
And I know there are those nihilists or whatever that say no good deed goes unpunished, but you never underestimate the value of a good deed.
I mean, and not everyone's gonna appreciate it or repay it, and sometimes, yeah, it is pointless, but it's better to be kind than to be unkind.
Yes.
So what's next week's episode?
So next week we have Fight at the Museum and Temple Frogs.
I feel like we're going to get more back to plot with these two, because we saw in the opening credits that they are in what looks to be a museum, so maybe they actually did find like an artifact or something being kept there, maybe along the same lines as the box. So it might lead them in the direction of where they can look to find portal technology. We did see them actually researching it a bit in these episodes, but not that they really got anywhere.
Nope, they just found the cure to diarrhea.
Ew.
I also feel like with Temple Frogs, maybe we'll be going back to Amphibia, and we'll either be seeing from King Andreas, or we'll be seeing from Sasha.
I'm guessing that too. Probably Andreas more. Mostly because, think about it, the Anne's jewel is still only partially powered. And he's probably going to have to figure out a way both to repower it as well as find a way to strip Anne of those powers. Because I think that's like one of his big main like obstacles at this point. Plus, I'm sure there's like other things as well that the temples probably hold that we didn't really get to see in those episodes. We still have that lingering multi-eyed monstrosity to deal with. And we know that they need the box probably, you know, to help that thing regain full power, especially if the mural that we keep seeing is any indication. So that's probably what the focus is going to be. I gotta say, I'm not looking forward to when that thing is fully unleashed. I know they show it's going to merge with Marcy, but something tells me, like, in its true form, it's probably like Cthulhu-level monstrosity. But we'll have to wait and see. So till next time, when we spend a night at the museum, I am Kat MacBerrie.
I'm Doug MacBerrie.
And if there's one lesson you should ever learn in life, don't touch a cat's belly. You will die. A lot. Follow Domino at his OnlyFans page.